Hey everybody, back for module 4, voice and tone. And this really comes down to the distilled down essence of your brand. Can you summarize how you want to come across and what it is that you want to invite in other people, what vibration you want to emit and what you want them to receive? Can you summarize that down to 3 words? And can you keep that forefront of mind throughout your editing process? Don't worry too much about all of that when you're mind dumping, when you're filling in your outline, when you're trying things out. But in the 3rd, 4th, 5th revision, put on your tone of voice lens, put on your ideal client energy and read it as if you are that person. So one thing to keep in mind is your who you're speaking to. Now I'll just pop over to my website on a screen share just to have a look at this. So I'm saying to the other, welcome to my creative outlet. In the about section, I am passionate, I help, what led me here. So I'm talking about myself. And then I switch over to you. You don't even have to identify as an entrepreneur to have a website. Will improving your website or creating one help you shine bright? Whatever stage you're at, whether just starting out or needing a fresh start, a beautiful website will keep your community engaged and ensure their confidence in you. So if I was the user reading this, I know that she's speaking to me now. I know that this is about what I need, how to get started. Compile your content, book a call, whether you have questions or you're ready to submit, book a call to discuss. I'm supporting you once you do the work, when you're ready to take the reins. This guide will help you. A unique offering for each step of the way. If you are a complete newbie, you bring the puzzle, connecting you to copywriters. So your website can evolve. So I'm really speaking to the user. I'm really trying to put myself in their shoes and answer the needs that they have. And that's what I mean about who you're speaking to with your website. And a personal brand, especially when you're just starting out, you can be really tempted to talk about yourself a lot, and people need to connect to you. So yes, talk about yourself, have an about section. But if you find that all of a sudden your whole homepage is talking about your journey and what you've been through and what your qualifications are, is that leading people to your ideal user journey? Or can you copy all of that content that you just finished talking about yourself, paste it into a blog post, paste it into an about page? Having a few blogs where you can have a succinct, short paragraph, 2 to 3 paragraphs about you, and say, read more about my qualifications here. Read more about my journey here. And have places that people can click if they're really invested in your story, so that information's there so that they stay on your website and get to know you better. Great. But keep your ideal user journey in mind always when you're putting this together. Because if you talk about yourself on the entire homepage, then they might get confused as to what you want them to do. I don't want to talk about myself for hours and hours. I want them to download the PDF. I want them to get started today. So keep that user journey in mind. And every time you start getting a little bit long-winded, don't delete it. Don't waste that writing. Don't waste that story that's coming through you. Just copy it, paste it into a new document, and put it somewhere else on the site. Another thing to think about when you're rereading everything for, version 4, version 5, that's what writing takes. It just takes getting it out. It takes rejigging it here, fixing it there. Another thing to keep in mind is, are you coming across as your brand essence? For example, you might want your brand essence to come across as fun, empowering, and inviting. So if you're reading the website, do you feel there's a fun tone? Is there a fun brand voice? Are you popping in a few quirks of your own self? We don't want to be completely robotic, grammarly, spat out, perfect copy here. We also want your essence in there. So a few little like brackets this for the fun tone of voice, really, inserting yourself into that is going to help it come across as fun if that's one of your brand essence keywords. If you want to come across as inclusive, have you explained how you're inclusive? Have you said, I don't turn anybody away. Please reach out to me if you want to learn more. Have you said I have a sliding scale payment option? Like, is what you want to come across as explicitly laid out in your content and copywriting? So again, this is a lot to think about if you're trying to implement it all in your first draft. So to go through the motions, go through the stages, do the mind dump, create the outline, plug things into the outline, try it in a template, and then revise for tone, revise for voice, and always keep a backup in Google Docs so that if something happens, you have it there. If you want to work on it, make a copy, make a brand new copy and see them side to side and see what resonates more, send it to family for feedback, that kind of thing. So go through the motions, go through the stages, trust yourself. Trust what's authentically coming from your belly. I'm gesturing down to my gut here, my sacral center. What's bubbling up to come out? Trust that, record that, see that in yourself, see yourself, validate yourself, and feel yourself. Put it on paper, put it on the screen, whatever, type it up, share with people, share with me, get my 2 cents. I can run through it for tone. I can run through it for brand essence. If you show me your brand essence workbook, I can add comments here, expand on this, move this to your about page. Like I'm here to support your authentic self-expression. And I'm building a community of others who want to do the exact same thing. So let's get this done. Let's get you seen, launched, seen, and found. Put it all together. And if you want to know more about what kind of website builder to use, how to choose a template, check back in for my informational free YouTube videos about that. Book a consultation with me and we can get into the nitty-gritty of what you need. Everyone's going to have slightly different needs, slightly different preferences, aesthetic. So there's no one size fits all for the best website builder to use. And everyone's, tech level of technology, comfortability will be different too. So it's a very unique consideration, and I am here to support you in that decision as well. Thank you for being here for this, and I cannot wait to see what you put out into the world. Please always send me your final result, even if you don't get in touch during the creation process. I'm here for it, and I'd love to share it. Bye for now.